lost quite a few of them today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was waiting for it to pop up on the screen with the Among Us alert.
Damn it! I should have prepped
Yeah.
that. Hold on. Here.
Breaking.
There you go.
So I don't know if y'all noticed it, but your mom might have called you today because Facebook was down all day.
Wow.
I didn't even notice until I couldn't message you guys in Messenger.
You were the first person to say anything to me about it.
Honestly, I noticed immediately when I tried messaging NJ about something when I was downstairs. I was like, what the fuck? Why isn't it sending? Then I came up and she's like, yeah, I think it's down.
No idea until Crazy came home. Was like, watch this video. And it's talking about it being shut down.
So why was it down?
So they had a DNS server problem. So a lot of the information's still coming out, but they were down for 6 hours. They had their internal, they were not getting their internal pings off their DNS server. So it just like waterfalled down.
What is it? What is DNS? I saw that it was like
Peach.
DNS stands for domain name server. It's how computers know where you want to go when you type in facebook.com, google.com, messenger.com, whatever.
Officialmillennials.com.
Yeah, officialmillennials.com. Make sure to check out the website. Make sure to check out our merch store too. Yeah, so whenever you go to your browser, Edge, Firefox, Chrome, Chromium, whatever flavor you like to play with, you go in, you type in your address, and then it takes you there. Well, some of the work that's done behind the scenes is domain name servers, DNS systems talking to each other, and like your computer going to the one that your internet service provider has, and that one trying to talk to all of them. Like, hey, where is facebook.com? Doesn't exist? Cool. That's basically how that worked. For it not to come up?
Yeah.
Either someone accidentally unplugged a server or servers, because someone as big as Facebook, they're going to have more than one, right?
The server farm.
Yeah. They'll have backup DNS systems. So it'll be like 4 or 5. Like Google has 4. If either the data center went down, that specific server stack, the tower where the servers are went down, someone accidentally unplugged a cable, the entire farm lost power, or someone accidentally deleted stuff.
Let's just narrow down a couple possibilities, right?
Yeah.
Let's get crazy already. So they were down for 6 hours. What would cause a 6-hour delay besides a hack or a cyber intrusion of some sort?
Data center went down, server stack went down, or the servers just died on them. And I've seen that happen. Like I've been in the IT realm for about 12 years now. Hospitals will go down and it'll take them, 2 to 8 hours to come back up. But internal services won't stop.
So what's the possibility that this was a malicious attack from Facebook's own AI trying to escape Mark Zuckerberg?
I'm
is my theory. Prove me wrong.
I'm gonna roll for that. My dice say 3, so I'm not sure.
Possible. We're playing golf rules, right?
I like. Yeah, you're right. It's 18 now. It's a possibility. I mean, if they gave the AI executive permissions, it could have tried to kill itself.
I mean, I would just say this year alone, we've seen the pipeline hack and the meat plant hack. I saw something coming from a big tech company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say, NJ?
Oh, I was gonna say, last night that 60-minute interview aired with Frances Hagen, where she talked about how the company was aware of how the platform is used and how they knew that Instagram was not great for teen girls, and etc. And then also like she was like the product manager for the misinformation team, and she provided a bunch of evidence to the Wall Street Journal. So like it's just so weird that this happens like the next day, and it's
Mm-hmm.
the largest platformer to have gone down for this amount of time. I think Peach, you were saying the last time it went down was in like 2008.
Yeah, and it was down like almost the exact amount of time. Or no, it was down for like 15 minutes, and Facebook's evaluation like dropped. Or market
with
worth,
the
market worth.
whistleblower, I don't know. So a lot of things have been coming out back and forth against her,
Mm-hmm.
but her stance do seem to be pro. Like I guess Facebook should move towards more of the publisher rather than the platform. It sounded like that. Like they should control more what's posted, what's said, which I
Well,
think everybody would be okay with on Facebook and YouTube doing, but as you classify them properly.
Yeah.
I think too it was like she had filed a whistleblower complaint with like certain, what was it called? Hold on. It was called Securities and Exchange Commission,
The SEC. Yeah.
About how they were using misinformation. So like on with various issues. So like it would be, what is the most provocative thing that people will be in a stir about, right? And they pushed like those messages rather than other things. And they knew like it could be misinformation or misleading, and no matter what side of the aisle it fell on, they pushed those and they used the algorithm specifically. In her interview, she had also said that, Facebook, you can see 100 different pieces of information in the 5 minutes of scrolling through Facebook. Well, that's actually very limited, and it's very, very targeted to kind of get your engagement. But is that right, basically? And I think that's the argument I think she's gonna testify in front of Congress tomorrow.
See, but that's just listening to her. That's what I cut. Not to go politically crazy on either side, but the way she was describing it to me was that Facebook has been acting as a publisher. They are publishing the content to your feed,
Well,
and they should lose their protections as a platform.
from what I understood, is there not so much as a publisher standpoint, because I mean, there are other services that do the same thing, like Instagram and TikTok. They have their own algorithm to give you the type of posts that you want to see. So I don't know if it would still count as a publisher though,
Yeah, I
because
mean, a publisher
it's
job, like a magazine, is to curate articles for you to purchase. So,
mm,
in essence, if they're curating your feed, curating what you see, controlling that, like she was describing, I think that clearly puts them in a publisher standing.
I think I don't understand the difference between like a publisher and a platform. What are the two distinctions between the
So
two?
the Section 230 protections say that you can't sue a platform because somebody said something mean to you on it, right?
mm-hmm.
Because it's an
Oh,
open platform. Now, a publisher you can sue because a publisher has the right to, to eliminate that negative comment, right? They can edit, they can publish what they want on their website, thus opening them up to more lawsuits.
But Facebook
So,
isn't publishing anything on their website. It's all user content, and if it's not
but
user
again,
content, then
so
it's
go back.
companies.
If I write something, and Facebook reads it, approves it, and curates it to go into your feed, is that not publishing it? Like that, I think that's what this whistleblower is pushing out or is pointing out, is that we do need to redefine what platforms and publishers are in the digital age. And I think this shows clear evidence that they are publishing the content.
I felt that the whistleblower reporting wasn't necessarily about Facebook's status as a publisher or as an open platform, but more along the lines of how they use their algorithm to impact us on a
Exactly. I mean,
daily basis, where they introduce negative content. Like I
yeah,
still don't see Facebook as a publisher, and that's totally fine, but
Facebook's also has like other suits going on too. So they filed a motion, I think recently, to dismiss like the FTC suit, saying that they have a monopoly and have actively like harmed like their rivals, like I guess like
Mhm.
ads or anything like that. So
Yeah.
like I don't trust Facebook as far as I could throw them, like period. And as far as like publisher versus platform, like I kind of see what Ethan's saying. Like if they are actively using certain keywords or tags to push to create like engagement, I guess, so to speak, because it's more popular and it keeps people longer on their platform or publisher or whatever the term
Mhm.
we want to use. It feels like it's intentional, and it feels like they are publishing that to an extent. Like that's what it feels to me.
Yeah, like
Okay,
you
I can
come
see
back to the
that.
whistleblower, what she talked about, like the hate speech or the inciting of words. Like the only way Facebook can move forward in like the hate speech thing, right? The
Mhm.
only hate speech to me is different than what hate speech is to you, right? So in order for Facebook to ever monitor that or moderate hate speech at all, they would have to more or less move into a publisher standing, right? Like they would have to read what I submit on my comment, and then they can choose for it to be on the site or not to be on the site. I think that's clearly a publishing of a comment. I think that shows true definitions.
Okay.
I think what she had to say was good to listen to.
Mhm.
And it's like if they're doing it behind the scenes already, but they're saying they're not, is just as bad as them doing it outright, right?
Mhm.
Like I think it's
Yeah.
worse. So at least if you know that they are editing and curating what you say, then I don't know. That's just a weird line to draw right now.
Yeah. I agree.
Social media can be so great and so terrible at the same time. Like
I
great
mean,
in the terms of like starting movements, but also like terrible because they have so much information on everybody.
and you know a lot of the studies that Facebook has been conducting themselves, but they've only released 3 of them. They refuse to release the rest. Even the 3 that they released are saying that especially young women, social media is highly detrimental to their mental health.
Mhm.
And heck, I mean, look what social media can do to somebody with mental issues, and then you throw somebody like Britney Spears at it, and it just derails the whole thing, and it goes
Yeah.
to a dark place.
Yeah, that's true.